my friend's house and our team truly do save women's lives, and that story has just stuck with me, and why I think our services are so important. My name's Alison Fitzgerald, and my position is Executive Director. Actually, as a teenager, worked at a shelter in Lanark County, and was so impressed with the women that were working there and what they did, that's what I wanted to do for my career. And so I went to school and to become a crisis intervention counselor, and one of my first jobs was a job offer here in Collingwood at my friend's house. And so it's because I was looking for a job working for abused women, and that's how I landed here. I think what's kept me at my friend's house and doing this work is seeing the difference that organizations like My Friend's House make in the lives of abused women and children. To watch them go from hopelessness and then interacting with our counselors and realizing that they can do it, and that they have hope, and that they can live a life free from violence, and then seeing them doing it and coming back and saying and telling us how great their lives are now. So to be able to see that progression, sometimes it's slower, sometimes it's really quick, but to see that progression and know that we are making a difference on a daily basis, that's what inspires me to keep doing this work. 1 in 3 women experience some form of violence or sexual violence in their lifetime. And so yes, every single person probably knows somebody, whether it's a family member or a coworker, and that story is with me too. I know a few people who have been in that situation. What we're seeing now is there are more and more women needing shelter, and we are starting to see an increase in violence again. It had subsided for a little bit, but it has started to increase again. So the need for safe shelter is just as important now as it was when we opened 30 years ago. But also the trend is the impact of abuse that has on women's life. It is traumatic. And so women often are suffering from forms of depression and trauma and are having a hard time coping with just daily living, and they blame themselves for it. And what is important for us to message to women who are experiencing abuse is that you are going through a traumatic experience, and it's normal to feel depression, it's normal to feel anxiety. And so our staff take the approach, a trauma-informed approach, to make sure that woman understands that their mental wellness is incredibly important, and we work with them to improve it in order for them to find the strength to be able to move on. So My Friend's House does have outreach programs. We're often thought of as it's just for women who need shelter, but we have a transitional housing program, a legal advocacy program, and a therapeutic program, as well as a child and youth program, where our staff will go out to community, whether it's through technology, through Zoom, or going into communities to meet women who don't necessarily need shelter, but they need help and support around the impact of violence in their lives and help to transition to the next phase of their life. I would really like women of South Georgian Bay to know that we are there for them 24/7. So it doesn't matter what time of night they find the courage to seek help, we will be there for them every step of the way, and to also let them know that our community, their community, supports them. We would not be in existence if it wasn't for the community supporting us. We have to raise so much money to maintain our existing services, and if we didn't have the financial support of our community, and by community I mean the Southern Georgian Bay area, we wouldn't be open today, plain and simple.